have won my husband back, I am leaving him. Plus update. Original post. I have secured an apartment for my baby and me, and I have put everything in order and prepared for custody, shared or otherwise. I have divided the money and transferred my share to a third account, and it will stay there until the divorce proceedings and the dividing of the assets. I found out that my husband was having an affair while I was postpartum. I thought that I would die because I love him, and it felt like my heart was broken into a million pieces. I knew that it was over, but my curiosity got the best of me. I wanted to know why. What was it she had that I didn't? Did he love her? I started reading his texts and everything was there. He felt like he was alive again. He was happy and excited. She's single and childless, so she had all the time in the world to make him her priority. He felt seen and desired by her. I was confused because even with life coming between us, he was always my love, and I made sure he knew that every day. Still, it wasn't enough. I read thousands upon thousands of messages between them, and I started being everything he fantasized about. In the beginning, it felt weird, and he was confused, but I just went on. Every time he made plans with her, I found a way to make him stay, or I made sure that I sent him exhausted to her. The messages became less and less frequent, and the passion and excitement subsided. Soon, answering her became more of a chore. The complaining started and him pulling away. He was happier at home, and he couldn't wait to come home. He started texting me again during the day. The sweetest text of how he missed me. He was his old self back. One day, what I hoped and waited patiently for happened. He ended things with her. He told her that he loved me and that now everything was great again. Her services weren't needed, in other words. I felt relief, and finally I could move on. Now I am preparing for my divorce. He will get the papers the day I leave for my new life in my new apartment. I know I will get a lot of hate for this because I have neglected my husband and pushed him to seek solace in another woman's arms, when I apparently could have given him what he sought all along. And believe me, I will bear that guilt for the rest of my life. In my defense, I didn't do it intentionally. Our lives had just been altered drastically, and I was trying to navigate this new and exciting existence. I was immersed in this new kind of happiness that I thought I was sharing with him. And I was trying to get to know my new body that I couldn't recognize anymore. A real scary feeling. But he could have come to me with his hurt. He could have talked to me about his suffering. He could have tried to make me understand, but he chose not to. He decided to deceive me, deceive us. He ruined our love, our future, and even our history. Nothing was, is, or will be the same again. Now for the top comments before reading the update. I just hope you took tons of screenshots of those texts. This isn't petty revenge, but nuclear revenge. And I, for one, ain't mad at you. Revenge is best served cold, and this is ice cold. All the best to you and your little one in your new life. Looking forward to the update. Yes, please have screenshots. I had them for my divorce and it made a world of difference. Cheating on your postpartum wife is so dirty that I can't even describe it. It's rubbish. Someone despicable and capable of much worse things than cheating. These are the kind of partners that leave when a cancer diagnosis is given to their spouse. I'm commenting kind of early on, but I love how people so far are basically like, not gonna lie, I love this for you. Which, same here, lol. In all seriousness, it's hard to leave a partner with a new baby. And I know that prepping for and starting a divorce isn't exactly easy, and I'm glad you used that time wisely. He had no problem pretending everything was all good when he was cheating. Why would you not return the favor? He set the standard here. I also love that for her, but at the same time, it's sad to see a marriage that could have lasted fail because a partner decided to step out instead of talking it out. Just look how quickly he came back because OP gave him what he was missing. Such a disappointment. I would have immediately raged at him and noped the heck out for not only cheating, but cheating while I just had his baby. But I always applauded petty revenge. You didn't neglect him. He got you pregnant and then started banging someone else. You're not neglecting someone if you're unable to do the same things as you could before you had a baby. You were being a mother, and instead of being a father, he was getting his junk wet. Wish you the best, and I hope you have screenshots of all the evidence of the affair so he can't act like it came out of nowhere to others. I just felt ashamed that I lost my love, and I guess it made sense that I wanted to win him back. I get what you mean though. Don't feel ashamed. You have done nothing wrong. He didn't seek solace. He betrayed your vows. While you're at home caring for his child, Instead of making sure you're both okay, he chooses to go have an affair with that woman. Of course, your priority is your baby. You're its source of food and main caregiver. His priority should be both of you, but he neglected you both. If you need validation, let me give it to you. You didn't deserve this. You're better than him because the hurt that he may feel from this will be the consequences of his actions, and he deserves to feel hurt. I hope he regrets his choices for the rest of his life. Now for the update. He always loved April Fools. I feel a lot of guilt and guilt-related pain. I know what I am doing is so cruel, but I guess I will just keep going with my plans. There's no turning back now. Whenever I feel down like I am the bad guy, I just remember their conversations. No, I am not the villain here. I will end the marriage and I will tell him that it is because we aren't compatible anymore. Let him think whatever. I have decided maybe I shouldn't tell him that I know about her. Let him run back to her once he realizes that I am really gone. When my baby is older, we could tell him that we got an amicable divorce. No hurt or hard feelings. Two people who fell out of love. My boy doesn't need to know his daddy broke up the family. It is okay. You can hate me. Why are you feeling guilty? He's the one who cheated and is reaping what he sowed. Because I am bitterly plotting behind the scenes and won't give him a chance to apologize or explain. He didn't give you a heads up on his cheating, did he? No, he didn't. Also, feel free to tell your child the truth. I am so sick of covering for my ex for my children's sake when he is the one that messed up and destroyed a family. I agree here. I did that and now my kids think I'm the bad guy. I say be realistic about the situation to the kids and stop sugarcoating. Yes, please. It's so sick when kids blame the innocent party because they broke the marriage when it's the other way around. Kids are smart. They don't need to hate their cheater parents. They can have a perfect relationship, but no one has to carry the burden to protect the cheater. Exactly. My son is 15 and I'm open with him when he asks questions because he remembers a lot of what happened. For years, I kept quiet. But now I just tell him, your dad is a good dad but was a crappy husband and is a crap ex-husband. That has nothing to do with you. If my daughter asks once she's older, I'll tell her the same. Next story. His mistress made him a better husband. I feel nauseous. Original post. I'm just nauseous and want to vent, so please let me do it here. Everything changed about 3 years ago and my husband became my dream man. Before that, we suffered a lot in our marriage. After 2 hard pregnancies and PPD, my libido was diminished and we fought all the time. After 4 years of dead bedroom, we started therapy. I thought that was where the improvement came from. My husband started paying attention to me. In the beginning, I was panicking because whenever he paid me attention before, he expected intimacy. But now it felt like he was seeing me as a human being for the first time. He was attentive and caring, empathetic. He touched and cuddled and kissed me out of the blue, without wanting intimacy in return. He started helping around the house, bringing me flowers, take out dinners when I work late, planning date nights. Anniversaries, birthdays, and holidays are planned perfectly, and I started getting the most beautiful and thoughtful gifts. When we fought, he would come the next day and admitted his wrongs and very accurately, if he was the one in the wrong, something he never did before. He would apologize too, when back in the days, him apologizing would be a blow to his ego. He said he was happy all the time and lucky to have us as his family. Everything was better, and I even got my libido back if not as high as I hoped. I found their conversation about 5 days ago, and I have probably spent over 50 hours reading them. 3 years worth of conversation. He would tell her his woes and she would listen. 99 out of 100 times she sided with me. She taught him about intimacy and how important it is in marriages. The tragically funny part is that he never got angry or offended by her telling him off, calling him silly, stubborn, or at times man-baby. Her honesty was brutal and yet he agreed with her. She was the one suggesting all the changes, and he would ask her for advice about gifts, traveling, and all the beautiful things he did for our family. He thanks her all the time for helping him turn his miserable home life around, making it tolerable. With all these texts, there were the texts between them that are about them, like nobody else existed around them. The flirting, talk, and pictures. The longing to see each other. He says she's the love of his life every day, and that he wishes their circumstances were different. She says the same. They both agree that divorce would ruin their families and that they couldn't be that selfish. How admirable. I feel nauseous. My happiness for the past 3 years were fake. I don't know what to do. I want to hurt them. I want to expose them and want to ruin whatever they think is perfect happiness. Edit. I am 35. My husband is 39. We have 2 children, 9 and 7. She's 40 and she has 1 child, 14. She is in a dead bedroom with her husband too, and for 14 years. The affair is physical too, yes, but they meet maybe once every month or every other month. She tells my husband that what they feel is probably limerence, but that they don't know it yet because they meet so little. She lives in another city. Now for the top advice before the update 4 months later. Send her flowers and a thank you note. Send him divorce papers. Send her husband their texts. This. Grant them their wish and let them experience their love in the open. Let them split their finances, blend their families, meet the in-laws, build a home, share the chores, worry about bills, discipline the kids, clean up each other's messes, see each other at their worst. Let them experience a relationship where they share everything of each other and not just the snippets. His experienced highlight reel, her too, show them the whole damn film. This is 100% the only reason she or any other affair partner is the love of his life. They don't truly know the other person, not like they think they do. You don't know someone until you've had to scrub their shit out of the toilet, listen to them say rude things without thinking, fart in bed, burp up sausage and onions from the baseball game, turn on video games instead of having dinner at the table, throw their dirty socks everywhere, deal with days on end of a vertigo episode / post-surgery healing / fatigue problem. I could go on and on and on. True love is seeing all that and deciding not to have an affair and continue to choose that person. Affairs are not love. Do it. He may have improved on all his issues, but it wasn't because he wanted to do it for or because of you. It was all for her. He still wants her and imagines her. Blow both their lives away. Yes, he does it for her. I just don't understand why she wanted him to become a better husband and have a better marriage. Because it is. Our marriage is better, and he admits it to her and thanks her for it. God, I feel sick and confused and sick. If you're happy, then you are less likely to look for problems that might expose their secret. Also, she'll benefit for when they meet up. Maybe she's also helping him as a way to alleviate some of her guilt. She might feel that if you get a better husband from her advice, then she's not as bad a person for carrying out the affair. Either way, go scorched earth. Now for the update 4 months later. I was here some weeks ago with my original post. I finally decided that I really should reach out to the husband of my husband's mistress. I found him easily and I contacted him. He didn't believe me at first and was rude about it and told me to go F myself. I hesitated to contact him again, to be honest, but after a few days, I realized that I would too not believe a stranger just popping in my DMs, accusing my significant other of cheating. So I recorded my husband's phone with my phone, especially the messages where she sent explicit photos and stuff. I also went to the contact to show the number. He didn't answer me the first day. Then he called me the C word and blocked me. I thought, well then I have done my part, and it's on him if he believed me or not. Then after a week, my husband came home angry and he yelled at me for exposing them. He asked me why I didn't confront him instead. My problem was with him. I've never seen him yell like this. Then he packed a bag and left for about a week. I think he's traveled to her. When he got home, he said that it was over. He said that he has been trying to make me happy for years, and he's done everything a good husband would do. But still, nothing was good enough for me. I've made him miserable for years, and instead of taking it out on him, I chose to hurt a woman and her child. He moved to his parents' house and now is renting an apartment. I've heard that he travels the weeks he doesn't have the children to be with her, and that she's moving here soon when she gets full custody of her child. I've not been feeling well at all. He has never spoken to me directly since he left, and I haven't seen him. He adamantly refuses to talk to me, like I never existed in his life. I don't know what I have done to deserve this treatment. I hate that they won. The last 3 years of your marriage were a lie. You know that now. He is the person who treated you before his affair partner had to convince him to be good to you. He is not a good person. Do they even really know each other? Like how it is to be around each other on a daily basis? They're genuinely dumb to think the list will stay with 3 kids around, plus handling chores and day-to-day things of life. They have 2 custody battles ahead of them, and divorced on top of it. If he's angry with you, the next time you have to see him, ask him why. He got what he wanted. He wanted to be with her, and now he is. So why is he angry that you gave him what he wanted? It's probably shame that is painted to be a cheater. Now he can't manipulate the narrative and paint you as the bad person. If what they want is each other, let them have each other. They're both awful people, so they deserve each other. He is not angry about the divorce. He is angry I told the husband instead of him, because the husband hurt her and her kid. Why do you owe him that though? What the husband did was because of the husband. You didn't take control of his body. You didn't force him to have that reaction. How the heck were you even meant to know he was like that? It's sad it happened, but out of everyone to blame, you carry the least. I don't blame myself at all, but that's what made him not even want to see or talk to me. He thinks I should have confronted him instead. I don't know. I don't regret it, but sometimes I do. You didn't ruin a wife and child's life. The cheating wife did that herself. She deserves everything bad that happens to her. As for your cheating pile of crap, lawyer up and divorce him. You will be much happier. A spouse's cheating should be a major deciding factor in child custody battles, because someone who cheats demonstrates an inability or unwillingness to provide a stable home for their child, and callousness for how their actions affect them. It speaks greatly to their character and suitability as a parent. Unless there is compelling reason otherwise, such as abuse, that should basically decide a primary custody case in favor of the non-cheating parent. You can't change my mind. It could possibly affect the division of assets in some places, but unfortunately, they don't even factor in spousal abuse. You can beat your wife and still get joint custody here, as long as you don't beat the kids. In fact, in my state, you can't even get a divorce if you're pregnant, even in cases of abuse. They didn't win, you did. Now you don't have to deal with an idiot cheating husband who tries to gaslight people. I hope this is what I eventually will be feeling thinking back. Right now, I don't. She has the man I love, and worse, she has his heart. They won. She has opened the position of his mistress up. She didn't win anything. All she did is secure her spot as the next woman he cheats on. We'll see.